I compared week 1 to Christmas to New Year's to this like anticipatory kind of excitement, but I enjoy week 2. I think that's when you roll up your sleeves and you get to work and you really start to enjoy the passion of football, whether that be fantasy, whether that be DFS, whether that be just like you really start to see the fruits of your labor pay off. You know, the week 1 is like the first day on a job. It's the first day you wear all your nicest stuff. You're trying to impress the teachers. You're trying to impress whoever. Now it's time to go to work, guys. So we brought the crew back together. It's Donnie, Gov, and Evan. And it wasn't long this week, Evan. You hit me up and said, I got a great topic. I need some time to talk about this. This has really been itching at me. I think your podcast would be a great platform. And you didn't even know, usually whenever we have a big something to do to get off our chest, that's exactly what we do at the start of the show. So I'm going to kick it over to you, Evan. You tell the people what's been bothering you this week.
Absolutely, Logan. So I have many, many pet peeves that come with fantasy football just based on the passion I've had for mostly the regular, typical redraft leagues, keeper leagues, dynasty leagues. Not so much the DFS world yet, but, you know, maybe someday I'll get back into that. But I don't know if this will just be a weekly thing that I'll put out there, but being that we just got through week 1 and we're about to get to week 2, the first pet peeve I will name for the sake of this episode, overreaction week. We all love this time of the season where everybody is going to be tempted to overreact to data results from specific players that they put in their starting lineups that they just simply did not expect. And I'll name 4 examples real quick. Ryan Tannehill, if you happen to start him as a second quarterback, or if you just got unlucky and he's your first quarterback, 3 interceptions, took 3 sacks, 16 for 34 for 198 yards. Just dismal performance in a new offense, new system, new receivers. T. Higgins, no catches off of 8 targets. Drake London, no catches off of 1 target. And DJ Moore, 2 catches for 25 yards. Now, all 4 of these players are absolutely going to do better throughout the season. Ways to figure out how do I look at this without overreacting for each of those players. Look at if you're in sleeper, for example, look at the snap percentage, how many snaps they took on the field. So all of these players are going to have hovering anywhere between 85 to 100% of the snaps. Higgins is 95. I won't look all of them up off the top of my head, but you look at where they were all drafted, and it's tempted to be like, oh, something's terribly wrong. It's time to trade all these guys away. No. Hold up. Slow down. It's only week 1. You drafted them specifically where they went. They're not hurt, and it's not the end of your season after just 1 week. And another source to help you figure out how trustworthy they're going to be is just checking out fantasy rankings on your favorite fantasy website, whereas T. Higgins is still going to be a top 20 wide receiver going into week 2. That's how you know you can safely start a guy like him who had no catches off of 8 targets.
Well, 8 targets is a lot there, too. I mean,
absolutely.
They tried to get him the ball. You know he's going to come down with at least 50% of those targets most of the time.
Well,
I feel very confident in saying.
I think to Evan's point, though, Donnie, that's exactly what we're doing. Exactly that, though. We're reacting and maybe over, maybe under to a small metric, a small data percentage, and saying, "Oh, this means this." You know, this one small sample size now means this.
Well, actually, what amazes me is 8 targets seems like a lot for Higgins in a game.
Right.
I could be wrong, but he was set up to have a very good week 1. I didn't see any of the plays, what the targets looked like, but I mean, if he came down with 6 catches, 90 yards, and a tutty, you're happy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would hope people aren't overreacting about T. Higgins, but
Donnie, you know they are.
We see it in DFS too. Yeah. Week 2 is overreaction week as well in DFS.
Yeah, let's get Gov in here for this because I think this is our wheelhouse, Gov. as a DFS overreaction. Because Evan thinks that like DFS doesn't always translate. We're here to prove that exact opposite thing. There are definitely overreactions, and
the overreaction week in DFS, I think, is much bigger.
Can you think of examples? Go ahead, either one of you.
Puka.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Example 1, primary A. Yeah. Like, yes, he got 15 targets, but like he's a rookie. He just plays the slot in that offense. It could have been 2-2. Jefferson could have probably like gotten more open. Like, who knows?
Well,
but like I think people overreacted and they like dropped guys in leagues and like they're like he's gonna end up being one of the chalk wide receivers under 5K this week. And I'm not in on it. I like that game, unfortunately, but I'm not in on Puka.
My thing, like my player would have been Ayuk is priced higher than Debo already week 2.
Yeah.
That's
another bad one, I think.
Well, it might be good. It might be indifferent, Donnie. But what's the most ill stomach turning about it to me? It's just the gravitas that it had to be a cycle. Like we know both receivers are good. Why can't we just let the system play out? Like,
well, no. My thing about it is DK had Ayuk so much lower than Debo before, but now Ayuk has a huge, great game, and now he's better than Debo.
Right.
We know the offense. We saw it last year, the year before that. Like, even if this is Ayuk's breakout year, it's too early to do that.
Well, you even see it with like there are people that play DFS and there are people that play more dynasty, more best ball structure, high payouts where they have to do a lot of roster management. And I listened to some of those podcasts, like where people were putting in thousands of dollars and splitting it between 3 people, and they were having discussions. This was honestly a discussion on their podcast. I think they're both in for 1,500, split 3 different ways. So it meant a lot to them. And they were having a discussion, Luke Musgrave or Dalton Schultz. So they were going to drop Dalton Schultz for Luke Musgrave. Now,
that's wild.
That might prove to be a good decision, right? It might be the right decision. But
Schultz had 5 targets last week.
Well, that's exactly right, though, Donnie. What I'm saying is to base that decision on such a small sample size, like if you like Luke Musgrave over Dalton Schultz, guess what? You should have drafted him, right? Like if you believe
100%.
Right. Now, if you would have drafted him, I would have said, hey, you know what? You believe in this rookie, be it Sam Laporta, whatever it is. But don't just like do the knee-jerk thing now.
It's also worth noting, speaking of Dalton Schultz, he saw more on-field snaps than Nico Collins. And Nico Collins still got 11 targets and 6 catches, whereas Dalton Schultz only got 4 targets and 2 catches.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the game was going the Texans' way most of the time.
Right.
If the Texans are down, the targets are going up.
Yeah. Well, let me give you said that was your pet peeve, the overreaction. I think we all agree. Let me give you an underreaction of something I don't think is being talked enough about. So Gov mentioned Puka. I'll mention another wide receiver, a very similar role, same rookie kind of outlook, Mingo. Everyone's like, well, what happened to Mingo? He didn't perform as well as we thought. It went to Hayden Hurst. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's Gov's team. He would know probably better than I. Mingo was on the field, I think, 89% of the time in week 1. So people that are overreacting to their shares of Mingo based on 1 week are like overreacting in the opposite regression.
See, and Evan said it's his biggest pet peeve. I love overreaction weeks. That's my favorite week of the year.
I think you like it for the same reasons, or maybe he likes it, you hate it, or vice versa. for some of the same reasons. I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah. I like to take advantage of the people who are overreacting. I'm fine with being even keel all season, especially after week 1.
Yeah.
I know Aaron Jones isn't going to be the number 3 running back. If somebody wants to give me a good trade for Aaron Jones, guess what? I'm going to take my trade for Aaron Jones. I didn't want him anyway. I tried to trade him already. Or I just got stuck in a bad draft spot.
And just to be clear too, I'm not trying to list these pet peeves in like alphabetical order. Like this is my biggest one so far. This is just one that I wanted to name off the top of my head. That's just convenient for this time of year where it's just going to come way out of the floodgates because it's just the preseason or early season jitters. And to your point, Donnie, I love taking advantage of people who will just drop talent that I can just go pick up easily.
Well, I think it's a good transition to what we are going to be doing this week, next week, every week. We always say it, but it kind of comes off like a banter point or like, oh, well, Logan tells me to like and subscribe, or, this is the YouTube channel about sports, so of course they're going to talk about sports. But we say it week in and week out, crosses over plays. This is exactly that. Evan just laid out an exact example of why it is a pet peeve. It's not just that it annoys him. It annoys him because even if you are correct, it's not coming from a place of authenticity. It's coming from a place of, oh, I gotta have an opinion. I gotta, when if we're being honest, a lot of this is waiting and seeing how it plays out over time. Like you can't just, we don't win or lose our fantasy team in week 1, right?
Yeah.
And if you build that way, I think you're building incorrectly on daily fantasy. I think you're building incorrectly on dynasty or even season 1.
We all know how high I was on Tyreek Hill last week and how I hammered the table on Tyreek Hill in September is going to have a 150-yard type game. He exceeded my expectations. Well, guess who's not on any of my fantasy teams? Tyreek Hill.
I didn't have the 4th pick in the draft either.
I had the first and
I had
third.
the 2nd pick a crap ton, and I took a lot of Chase, and I probably should have taken more Tyreek in hindsight. Especially in best ball when I had the number 2 pick and Jefferson goes. I almost always took Chase.
Can I ask what you mean?
I probably could have taken McCaffrey.
See, I understand McCaffrey. Chase, I think, is the pick there.
No, he was. And that's why, when I got the 2nd pick, I did 30 or 40 best balls. I got the 2nd pick 18 times.
That's disgusting. I'd be so mad.
And so I saw plenty of drafts where someone took McCaffrey 1 and I got Jefferson. Saw plenty of drafts where basically every draft Jefferson went 1. So it was my choice of McCaffrey or whoever. And I took Chase a lot more than I would have taken McCaffrey. But in hindsight, I probably should have grabbed Hill at least once to get a little more exposure to him because of how good he can be.
Yeah, he realistically, he could be the first receiver.
If they're just going to give him the 2nd pick every fucking time, it's the only way I'm going to get fucking Tyreek Hill.
You see how this conversation can just organically take form in so many different ways, and how that is the bridging element though. Think about it this way, even we're about to give our spread picks, right? If I said to Evan, hey Evan, you gotta give me 5 picks tonight, your 5 best games, that's going to change his opinion. Or if I just said, Evan, give me your best bet for Sunday, your opinion changes based on what I'm asking you. So if Gov had 18, leagues that he did, or he had 180, it's going to change his exposure numbers. It changes your risk reward, tendencies. It just does.
Yep.
It changes your portfolio. We did 2 of them, and I only like to do 1 fantasy league because I'm weird. I like to act like I'm the coach of my team. I want to cheer for those guys. Those are my guys for the year. Other people say, no, you want to have as much exposure as possible so I can maximize my profit. And I do that in different ways. I do that with DFS. I do that with Rainmakers. Do that with different portfolios. but fantasy, I prefer to act like a coach. So we did 2 of them, but we did it at very different points of the year, so we can see that variance.
See, well, I'm different from all of you in my regard of playing, where everything my fantasy football leagues and stuff, they're all free. They're all just for fun. I don't have any risk. I'm just going what I believe off of, and that's why I'm playing. I play for bragging rights for my friends.
And I'll be honest, Donnie, when I was playing just for bragging rights, I did not have interest. Like, it was hard for me to get up. And I'm not saying it needs to be money, but I'm saying, like, when there's nothing on the line, it was hard for me to get up. So it needed to be like, oh, if you lose this, you have to do a silly dance in front of the whole school. You have, like, we would do silly things like that. I'm not talking about, like, in like middle school, we're making millions of dollars here with my finger. That's not. But if nothing's on the line, it's just how I'm built with incentives. I need there to be something. But I think this is a great time to transition to our competitive arena, Donnie. You can give people the update on our spread picks, and then give people.
We gave the update last week. Do we need another update?
No, we updated them on Tuesday.
Yeah, we updated them on Tuesday. If they need another update, they need to go back and watch me.
That's right. Yeah. See, maybe I do. I'm one of the oldest people on this podcast, I guess.
I'm a little embarrassed of it anyway, so.
You're all behind me. That's all you need to know. Okay.
Hey, that's what you said. Maybe this is all on purpose, and this is just a tease for the business, and you can say, go back and like and subscribe to that video and see what happened. See, maybe it was just a teaser, Donnie. Who knows? Or maybe I
right.
and forgot. But either way, let's get to the spread picks.
Yeah, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pick a number between 1 and 100, and whoever's closest, so we'll go off that.
Okay. You got the randomizer up?
I have the randomizer up. All right, I'm going back to my 25.
25. Let's see.
I took 11. Fuck it.
Give me 81.
Evan, you got a number? 81?
69, baby.
69. Nice.
Well, there it is. 19.
Who's
That gives me
11 or...
That's me. I'm 6 away. You're 8? 8 away.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Then Evan. Yeah, then Evan, then Logan. Well, do we want to do our group pick first? Let me make that clear.
Oh, we definitely should. We
did not talk about.
We have not discussed this at all. Warning.
This is a very unprecedented for us. This is the first time they get to look into our heated debates on these games.
I kind of like that. Sometimes we talk about it, sometimes we don't, because then it gives people the compare and contrast. And to me, it makes it more organic.
To be honest, I have one game that's by far my favorite, and I think we're fools to not pick it. Chargers, I think, are at -3.5 against Tennessee.
I like that one.
I'm seeing 3.5 to 2.5 in places. Yep.
Personally, I like the Ravens +3.
See, I like Ravens +3 a lot, but I always do it. I cannot pick a top-tier quarterback like that to lose after just losing a game. Their quarterback and coach is too good for me to definitively say they're going to miss out on winning another game. I'm not high on the Bengals. I don't like, but to say they're starting off 0-2 is kind of crazy.
Well, somebody on this podcast predicted that.
I know.
You can also go back and listen to that podcast too. Look at me get all the marketing in there. We'll see how it goes. It's so early. Evan,
I know who will get on my side on this. Let's just take the Patriots +2.5 points.
But I had it on my list, baby. It was gonna be one of my picks. So if you want to take my pick for a group, I'm always down for a homer pick.
Let's get Evan in there. He's been quiet. Evan, any games sticking out to you?
I think it's at the top of the page if you scroll all the way back up, if you're seeing the same thing I am. Yup. I guess I'm seeing something different, but I really like the Raiders and Bills game.
I love this one.
I think the Bills are going to be really pissed off about losing to the Jets, and they're
I
going to
feel the
take it
same
all
way.
out on the Raiders.
Oh,
Mhm.
we're on the opposite
I
end.
feel
Yeah, I
exactly
feel
the
like
same
they can
way.
definitely cover 8. What do you got? 9? I have 8 in places. Yeah.
I think the Bills are. Same thing with the Bengals. I will not bet. I will not go against a quarterback that I think is one of the best in the game and a coach that I really like after loss.
See, that's really rough. I was honestly going to take the opposite side of this game as one of my picks.
I'm
I
taking
think,
both.
I think it'll be like Minnesota and Philly,
Yeah.
where like the Raiders will be able to put up enough points to be close and
Without
probably
Myers?
within a touch. Yes, because last year they put up points and their offense just ran through Devontae and Jacobs. There's no
Yeah.
reason.
They had a different quarterback.
No.
Yeah, and Jimmy
Dub.
G's fine.
I'm going to tell you this right now. You
He's
better take.
He got hurt week 1.
It's fine. It's fine. He's an arm.
He
It's
can't
fine.
stay on the field, man.
The arm floats in the air. It's fine. It's okay.
Gov, I'll tell you right now. You better take that with your first individual pick. Otherwise, I will take it. It's my favorite bet this week.
Like, because I'm seeing it also at 9 right now. I would take the Raiders at +9.
I wouldn't at all.
I've taken.
But of what everyone else has said, I like that Charger Tennessee. Like, I would take that
Yeah, that's
as like a pick if we could get a
It's
consensus
Chargers,
there.
Tennessee.
Or I would go with the New England bet because I think New England,
Whichever.
would
I'm going to be
actually
honest.
play Miami tough at home.
I'm going to be honest. Whichever of these two aren't taken is my pick.
I'll let Evan break the tie because I do like the Patriots defense, but I would lean Chargers over Tennessee.
I think I have to agree with you here, Logan. I think I have to go with that Titans-Chargers game because I think the Dolphins' offense is better than we're giving them, and I think I think it would be safer to do Chargers-Titans.
I feel the same way. Chargers was my number 1 pick. Patriots were my number 2. I'm not even going to hold you guys down.
Chargers -2.5. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Well, we have it at 3.5.
I had it starting at 3.5. I've seen it bet down to 2.5 even. So people even think it's going to be a closer game. I think the Chargers win handily. If the Chargers don't win handily, Tennessee might outright win.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm just doubling down and putting it down at 3.5.
That's fine. 3.5 is fine. I'm okay with that number.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers win by basically a touchdown.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm not going to hold us back and really go deep dive into this. I think the Patriots are just Tua's not going to be able to handle the Patriots defense as well as Hurts was able to. That pass rush this year is
what? Did we lose Donnie?
I think Roger Goodell might have taken him out.
no. When I switch over to my notes tab, it messes it up. Yeah, the Patriots pass rush is legit. It was good last year. I think it's even better this year with the kid White coming in. Judon's as good as ever. And that secondary is just still hands down amazing. I love this Patriots team, to be honest. I think they're going to be very good.
And you knew the offense would be a lot better with O'Brien over Patricia.
Exactly.
Everyone knew that. So
now last year, I don't know if we remember. I don't remember being very high on the Patriots on this podcast. This is not a homer pick. This is I genuinely believe the Patriots are a good team this year.
It can be both. It's Evan's pick next, right?
It should be mine.
At 11.
Oh, it goes. Sorry.
Okay. I'm just going to get out of the way. Mm-hmm. This is a pure numbers one. This is one is where it's like, I'm looking at my stuff. Money. Projection.
Yep.
Expert opinion. Everything looks like I should go somewhere. Except for a couple of sharp bettors. But I'm going to be a donkey. I got Chicago plus 2.5.
Love that game.
I think they can outright win this game, so I'll take points for Chicago. Now, sharp betting is Tampa to sort of like pull this out.
See,
and they were like, but that money got put down, and then it moved the line from like even to like the +2.5 to the Bears, where it was basically like -1 to the Bears before and like a pick 'em.
I want to ask you.
So I'll stick with the Bears in the points for my first pick.
Bears.
Well, I want to ask you a very simple question, but expect a very complex answer here, Gov. How did the Bears win? Since you think it's possible, how do they win?
Yeah, what's the formula?
The formula is Jalen is like Justin Fields. He doesn't actually have a bad game because they're going to run all their guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
DJ
think
Moore, what's your prediction?
From what I saw with Tampa versus Minnesota, which is all I have to extrapolate on, Tampa didn't really do anything crazy to win. It was just sort of Minnesota being meh.
Minnesota was bad. They weren't meh. They were bad.
Like, Jefferson was the only solid. Yeah, Jefferson was the only solid. And, like, that's basically how they're probably going to go all year until either Addison steps up or occasionally Hawkinson will have a game.
Hawkinson had a game, too.
I think, like, Justin Fields just has a solid game, maybe not even like an all-star game, just a solid game, which may not even involve him throwing that much. Like, I don't think DJ Moore goes off. Like last year, he had plenty of great games where you only needed the tight end who only got like 15 or 18 points.
Right. So he has an Arthur Smith kind of game where you know what's coming, but he just executes it such with an efficiency that you can't stop it. Right.
And like, I'm going to take the shot. Like, okay, so Tampa was able to smother a pocket passer like Cousins. Can they stop a rushing quarterback? Let's see.
I like it.
And I also go under the thing of, I don't think Green Bay's like, I don't know how to think about Green Bay, but I don't think they're so good that
their running backs, which is the weakness of Chicago, were the Packers' strength.
Bingo.
That's it.
And Rachaad White kind of sucks.
He kind of sucks, but he's a good play this week.
I do think the Buccaneers.
He's a very chalky play, but there's becoming more chalky plays, so I'm hoping I don't have to play running back.
I think there's more chalky plays that are coming in, which makes me want to get on the initial chalk this week.
I was about to say, I don't even have the Shefty news dump if he's dumped any news here late at night.
Oh, we got Eckler out. We got
I think he switched tabs again.
Jacoby Myers is out as well.
Yeah. Before we forget, Blurpy in the comments asked us to start 4 from the following players in full PPR: Garrett Wilson, Deebo Samuel, A.J. Dillon, James Conner, Joshua Kelly, and Rachaad White. Do we want to wait to answer that first?
Let's get into it.
Alrighty.
Let's see real quick. Okay, so start 4 of these guys. Any 4, doesn't matter. Running back, you just have like 4 flex
Let's
spots.
all agree. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go off that assumption.
Let's go off of we're automatically putting Garrett Wilson in there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So start 3.
He has the highest. Well, I mean, the highest ceiling guy is probably Deebo.
Yeah, Debo's the highest ceiling.
Right. Yeah, Deebo first, and then any 4. Okay, thank you, Blurpy.
So any 4, I'd go Deebo, Wilson, and then this week,
yeah.
Connor Kelly or
Agreed.
Connor Dillon.
I would go.
Who do you guys
Garrett
like between
Wilson,
Dillon and
Deebo.
Kelly?
I like Dillon Kelly. I don't want to start Connor.
Why not?
I go Connor, Kelly, White, Deebo.
I don't think Arizona will have a good game, and they'll have to stop run it. Eventually, they'll have
Giants, though. They're playing the Giants. The Giants suck.
The Giants were good last year. Do you really think they can't show a flutter of anything?
No, I think the Giants, from all metrics by Pro Football Focus, should have been the worst team in the league last year. They overachieved.
They had heart.
They're due for and that heart got crushed when they couldn't do anything, couldn't get past the playoffs. They have added nothing to that team to make it better.
They added a big payday to Daniel Jones, which was a huge mistake.
They added nothing to that team to make it better. It's the same team that could have been one of the worst teams in the league last year. It is going to regress. Arizona's the test. If they can get Arizona, which we all think is going to be the worst team this year, then maybe I have something. But I could totally see them going to Arizona and losing this game. They looked that bad and that inept. They have no real receivers.
The Cowboys are really good, though.
Let me just give my really quickly, and then we'll kind of break it down for him further, because he kind of.
If it's between Connor, Kelly, White, like Connor also is going to get all of the work. They were not using Keontae Ingram. So as long as Connor's healthy, you have 100% running back carries. Whereas something tells me that when Eckler healthy is still kind of splitting with Kelly, we might see more Isaiah Spiller than more people.
I was thinking that too.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Kelly hurt. Yeah, that's my one thought with Kelly. And then I just
like Isaiah Spiller.
I just don't trust Rachaad White, but he's kind of in the same spot as Connor, where he's basically going to get all the work.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I know Aaron Jones is out, and they love Dylan. So.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to trust Joshua Kelly even after he completely crushed the Dolphins' horrible run defense. Playing Tennessee, I think they're going to give the Chargers a harder time with the run game, despite the fact
defense is real good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm not ready to trust Kelly. And plus, I think they drafted Spiller for a reason, because they were not happy with Joshua Kelly. This is going to be a committee that no one's going to like.
We have Kelly in our best ball league. Like, we were high on Kelly for, as a backup running back.
Yeah.
So I completely get like talking Kelly here, but I think you got to look at the matchup.
Donnie, let me get my foreign there, because I think I'm so different than the rest of you. Just to give him a different perspective. I'm high on Connor. I believe Connor had 17 rushes, 4 targets for Arizona. I feel like he's the most consistent. Dobbs does look underneath, so if it's a PPR league, that could be a tilt as well. We don't know your setting.
It is full point PPR, he said.
Okay. Some of this is going to be his decision. I'm not going to make every decision for him. I would go with Kelly, White, Connor, and Debo, though. I would leave out
Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, I would leave out Wilson.
I can see the world where you leave out Wilson, but
I'm sorry,
I still think for upside you go with Wilson.
Yeah,
I think
you draft him too high.
Wilson, Debo.
I'll also add that the reason you have to put in Garrett Wilson is because it's very likely it's going to be Trayvon Diggs trying to cover Garrett Wilson, and Trayvon Diggs is not a cover corner. He's more of an intercept the pass if it's a bad throw type of guy.
Time out. First of all, Zach Wilson makes a lot of bad throws. Second of all, last year Diggs proved he was a good cover corner.
Against who?
2 years ago, he only wanted interceptions. Last year, he was locking receivers down.
That's a matter of opinion. We can. What I will say though is, like, I am playing a Wilson in DFS in one of my lineups. I am just higher on Connor, a lot higher actually than most people, and I'm higher on Joshua Kelly. I don't think they miss Austin Eckler that much, because I think Kelly is that good. So I am a lot higher on Kelly. I don't think
they miss Austin Eckler that much, but I also don't think the run game is going to be super effective in that game. Tennessee has a very good run defense. That's the thing.
Agreed.
So let's get back to our spread picks, though, so we can transition to the show, and we're not here all night because the people got stuff to do. So you took the Bears, Gov. That leaves me, right, with my next pick?
Evan needs his pick.
Can I add something about the Bears before I get to my pick, too?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say I agree with pretty much everything that Gov said, considering this game, where I think we can at least expect 5 catches out of DJ Moore. We're going to see a much better game. I don't trust any part of the Tampa Bay defense anymore to be anything to worry about as far as, oh, such and such is going to really lock down DJ Moore. They don't have anybody who's going to stop him. I think there's going to be a slightly better passing game, and they will definitely utilize the run game to just completely demolish Tampa's worst defense. So I'm all in on that part as well. So getting to my pick, I was down to a couple here, but I will go with the Indianapolis Colts. And I think this is going to be a much improved game between Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman. I like the Texans defense, but I don't see them as elite to the point where they're going to be shutting down young talent between the Richardson and Pittman connection. Kylan Granson, I think I got his name right. Well, I think he's going to be the second target in that offense because I'm not high on Josh Downs or Alec Pierce. And I think this won't be a complete blowout, but I have the Colts winning.
Interesting. Now, when that game was competitive, he did throw to Josh Downs a lot.
Can I say I need that line? Like, what's the point at?
Plus 1.5 Colts.
I like the bet. I'm not mad.
I actually think the Colts win too, but that's just because I think Anthony Richardson's going to end up being not that he's better, but early he'll have the better record against Stroud
compared to Stroud.
Yes, but I think early his team will have the NFL record against Stroud. So I could see Indy sweeping Houston this year. So that would mean they win this week.
Yeah.
Not that Stroud won't look like the better quarterback, but
no, well, here's the thing. Richardson has a way better offensive line, and that really helps.
Yep.
Exactly.
So I'm going with the upset here.
Okay, I'm going to make this as quick and as painless as possible because we talked about all of my course concepts of why I'm picking this game. We talked about overreactions, remember?
Yep.
We talked about turnovers being the difference, and even though talent is there, you can easily regress, even if you're talented, because you don't put the right things in front of you. Similar to what the Vikings do, similar to what the Giants do. They have an opportunity, they look good for a year, but they don't put enough things and enough structure around them. I do not like Josh Allen's decision making. I do not like that they haven't found any wide receiver outside of Diggs that has proven to be valuable. In fact, it looks like they might want to just make Kincaid their second slot guy, and they would have more success and use him and Knox. For that reason, I'm actually very high on the Raiders' talent. Josh Jacobs, I feel like, is a very underrated running back for years now. Adams, I feel like, is a top 3 wide receiver and doesn't get the respect he deserves. Aaron Rodgers got most of that, unfortunately, in his career. Give me the Raiders +9. This is.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
Adams with Rodgers was considered one of the best receivers in the league. He just has not won without Rodgers, so of course he's not.
I'm saying I think it was.
I had to take the L. On this, like Adams had good numbers last year, even with Carr on this shitty offense.
Exactly.
So it's like I can see that. Like I said, I agree with this. I could see the Raiders putting up enough points to where Buffalo doesn't blow them out. I still think Buffalo wins, but 9 points, that's plenty for me.
Much.
Like if Buffalo wins 30-27, 30-24, I'm still good.
I bet this at 8. I bet this at 8.5, and I bet this at 9. I believe this will happen.
Backdoor cover, Devontae Adams touchdown.
I mean, I could see the Raiders winning the game, but that would be an actual gamble. To me, this is like one of the safest propositions that I have for.
You know, I'm sorry, but I have to call you out here. We did have the same conversation about Houston last week. I know you like those big point games, and that +9.5 didn't hit.
Wait,
that is
so that 9.5 with a different team with a different philosophy and a different week didn't hit. So this one isn't. How do they correlate?
It correlates because that Raiders team is dog water. They are bad. Buffalo's really good coming off a loss. I think they're just like Evan said. I think they'll dominate by far.
They might, and that's what Vegas has the line on, and it looks to me like that's sort of
they're going to make this look like college
that's
football.
That's sort of where the money's going.
Donnie,
I'm with it. Like the sharp bets are going on the Raiders once you get to like 9 points. Once it's clearly over a touchdown, like okay.
No, I agree. I usually like the big point games, but I'm avoiding like I said, top quarterbacks after losses. Yeah.
And I think like, wouldn't you be surprised if they won 30-23, but Devontae Adams scores a touchdown 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and most
I'd be surprised if Buffalo scores 30.
And that means most of the game it's been like 15-20. It's been like 15-21, 15-28, 15 like it just, and then you get to 15-31 when they kick a field goal. It's like they've been up clearly covering most of the game, and then you get a touchdown that like puts them within 8. That's totally possible.
Hold on, though.
Totally possible.
30.
I don't want to dwell on this. We got things to do today. We got to keep this high and tight. But one of these quarterbacks has Super Bowl experience and actually pedigree. The other one has hopes and dreams.
Okay. Stretch it a little thin there, all right?
No. Donnie wanted to call me out and act like I hadn't.
I want to defend you, but
Jimmy actually has more playoff actual.
Porn star Jimmy has a lot of things going for him, yes.
For sure. Super
Vegas
Bowl winning
star
quarterback
Jimmy.
if we want to get technical. 2-time Super Bowl winner.
And
let's calm the fuck down.
And just because we have a top 10 wide receiver in Devontae Adams, like you pointed out, Logan, let's not ignore the fact that a Josh McDaniels team is not exactly going to be one to favor against a championship caliber Buffalo Bills team.
No.
Timeout. What a championship caliber for this team? How they've looked the past couple seasons in the playoffs, and Josh Allen's not a Super Bowl quarterback. I don't think.
I think he could be, but
he has a talent to be.
When you lay 9 with a professional team with actual playoff experience, you put superstars around him. You know, I like this Raiders team. I hate the coach. I'm with Evan here. I
think you got him win 2 games this year.
Yeah,
you're not high.
I didn't have them winning a lot of games this year either.
We all actually had them as one of our worst.
They have the ability to put up points, and they could keep it close.
They're
much more like they have more star power and ability to put up points than like Houston does.
Listen,
like, Adams and Jacobs is a lot better than Pierce and Nico Collins. Like,
do they have the ability to stop anybody?
They don't need to with +9.
Like, I think they can keep up with a 9-point cushion. Yes.
Yeah. They don't need to, Donnie.
And like, I don't see Buffalo coming out and putting up like 45. No.
I expect them. I expect them to be like 42-20. To be honest,
something like that would make sense.
Okay, but for time purposes, we should probably move on.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got to all make a second pick, right?
Yep. And I'm gonna make mine quick. I've said it numerous times at this point. Mahomes at 3.5 against a Jacksonville team that, yes, I think is very good. I have them being very good this year. Just know, Mahomes is not going to come out here with Kelsey coming back, Chris Jones coming back. 3.5 is not quite big enough, I don't think. Jacksonville had a very good week 1. Does it move into week 2? Maybe. But you're also playing, essentially, this is the defending Super Bowl champs back at full strength. I'm going with 3.5 at that line.
It reminds me of like a WrestleMania moment, like Rock, Hogan, like a passing of the torch. I think we've seen like the established team against the team that everyone wants to be the next up and comer. And so I do think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be an entertaining game. I think it's
Me too.
A game that we all tune in and we try to forecast. Like, wouldn't it be nice if they meet in the playoffs this year, next year, and years to come.
But let's be honest. It's week 2. Kansas City has a lot to prove. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Kadarius Toney wants to play better, I'm sure. Kelsey wants to put on a show, I'm sure. They're just ready. Maybe Chris Jones isn't in shape and can't go, every single down. But I'm going to take that risk.
Yeah. Next pick.
Ooh, this is a tough one. Okay, remind me again, because we took so long about talking about the goddamn Raiders. So
Pat,
Chargers is the pick.
Yep.
For the show. You took the Pats.
Yes.
And who?
KC.
And KC. Okay.
Take the Jags. I need to catch up.
Let's see. I took the Bears for the first time out. And then I forget. Evan, what did you take again?
Colts.
I took the Colts.
Oh, yeah, the Colts. Okay. So, that leaves me with 2 shots. Who do I take?
I already know Logan's next pick.
No, you don't.
I kind of do too.
No, you
Think
don't.
so, and I might be about to take it.
You might be.
Do I take? Okay.
I don't think you know it, but you might take it on accident.
I want to take a home dog.
No, it wasn't my
But
pick. Go ahead and
I
take the choice, not me.
I think I'm gonna take the Rams +7.
I see it at 7.5 even.
Yeah, I see it 7.5.
I have 7 in my spot, so I'll take 7.5.
All right.
I think the Rams are at home division game.
Yep, they always play each other
keep
tough.
it close. They keep it close.
They always play each other tough.
Yep.
Yeah. Favorite playoff experience. I mean, it pretty much
Yep.
is exactly what I said.
It was
thought that
either
was Logan's
for me.
pick.
It was either that or the Cardinals, but I like the Rams with more points.
I wasn't gonna take either. Let's see if Evan and me take the same game.
Evan, pick 2.
Oh, no. That's Logan's pick. Okay.
Oh, right.
So now, when I'm making this pick, does that mean I have to agree with the over/under and the spread, or
Just the spread.
okay, just okay. Do I have to take this? Do I have to take the spread as it is, or can I just agree with it?
I mean, ideally, if you disagree with one side, then you take the other side.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of gotta take one side or the other.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So in this case, I will take the Giants with. I got them at 4 under right now. I was really tempted to take the Cardinals for the upset here, but I just don't see what offensive weapons besides Connor they have that's going to beat this Giants defense that failed to stop the Cowboys from scoring 34, I believe it was technically. But I still think that the Giants have enough offensive weapons, especially when they put more than half the offense on Saquon's back, to beat this disappointing defense of the Cardinals. So I'll go with the easy one.
Yeah.
See, and I like the Cardinals side of that because I think you don't need much to beat what is maybe a very shitty Giants team that couldn't stop Dallas at all and couldn't score a single point.
If you don't think Hyatt is ready, then they literally, what do they have? Wandell's there, but
Exactly. They've added nothing, and they
Waller,
had nothing special other than.
Did you hear about the Waller news, Logan? You did hear why he was questionable and everything, right?
No.
It's a nerve thing, and he said he's fine. He'll play through it, and it's weird. I want it completely off of that.
I mean, I still think he's talented.
I think he's talented. I think he's a great guy, but
it's the same with Stafford, though. I think Stafford's talented. I don't know if he should still be playing.
Yeah.
But
I have to disagree with you there, Donnie. I think Darren Waller is just going to play through whatever nerve thing he has, just like
he said he's
Stafford
going to
does.
play through it, but
A nerve thing is kind of like
at tight end it only takes one. It only takes one at any position.
Same with the quarterback.
Yep. But a tight end's taking a lot of hits every play, especially the talented ones.
Yep, but if he's removed from the injury report, I'm just going to take it at face value unless somebody proves otherwise.
Oh, he proved otherwise to me in what he said in the press
It's not
conference.
my job to protect him. It's his job.
Exactly. I feel the same way.
All right, Logan, make the stupid pick. We know what it is.
All right.
No.
Me and Donnie know what it is. I don't know if Evan knows
I
what it is.
can't believe you guys let me the two best games of the week. I got the Raiders game. I'm really confident in. This is by far the second most confident game. Give me the Broncos at 3.5 minus 3.5.
Really? I like that pick.
They're playing the Commanders, the worst. I think the worst team in the league that actually is bad. I think they would be worse than the Cardinals if the Cardinals actually tried to win the game, but I don't think they try to win. So that way, the Cardinals will probably be the worst team this year, but that would be by choice. I think the Commanders actually are the worst team in the league. Give me the Broncos. Jerry Judy's coming back. Enough said. They get better. I like them.
See, my thing is, I don't think a team with that good of a defensive line can be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, agreed.
If Chase Young never plays, then I guess that's a completely different story.
Yeah, and sorry, Logan, but I got to go against you here because I am not trusting a Broncos team that couldn't even beat the fucking Raiders, who I think is the worst team in the league this year.
You went against me last week too, with your Bears. Remember?
The Bears, but that was a pick 'em.
Yeah,
the Bears.
But
I'm picking the Broncos. They got Jerry Judy back.
I think it's a good pick. I was thinking it, but that defensive line scares me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. Almost an hour in, but everyone made it through. I forgot to remind everyone to kick back, grab a snack and stuff because these Saturday shows are long.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, the long shows, I don't know if people forget about on when they're cooking dinner, when they're commuting to work, what it is, but our longest shows are our most viewed shows. So buckle up. People are enjoying it. Did you guys want to build the pillow lineup first or our sponsored projection analytics site?
I have a pillar I've been very excited about. I want to get it down.
I thought so. So
it's a good transition from spreads.
Wouldn't you then say we should go with all the pillars and then do the projection at the end? Okay,
yes.
That's what we'll do. Donnie, you've been so excited for this. I'll let you get. Now, do I need to pull? Because I do not know what this is. You wanted me to keep it.
No. Don't pull it up. You can pull up a lineup like a contest so we can start building.
That's what I was trying to figure out what I need to do here.
All right. My pillar for this week is going to be you might not want to show your password.
Yeah, I got you. Thanks, Donnie. We're looking up. I saw that.
You have to use a piece of
beautiful
spread
evidence.
picks. The story you're told yourself from the spread picks, you have to use that in one of the lineups. So if you thought the Bears were going to win, you have to pick a Bears player. Or defense. Something like that.
I'm good with that.
So, like, I picked the Patriots and the Chiefs. I have to pick something from Patriots-Chiefs games.
And on the Sunday slate, you only have the Chiefs.
Does that mean that we have to pick somebody communally between our group pick?
Oh, if we can come on a consensus charger, sure. But we'll see.
Okay. All right, Donnie. I got everything set up. I just got to switch back over to me now.
No more looking at my beautiful face.
Oh, sad panda.
It worked out so well with that intro. Evan had to go back to it. I think Donnie just dropped out too. Right as his pillow on.
Dag nabbit.
Gov, do you know your pillow lineup? We can go back to Donnie if he comes back, but if you can lay out your pillar. Then maybe we can all just talk about our pillars, and then hopefully Donnie's back by then.
Well, my thought, like walking through my lineups this week, just as I'm building and looking at everything, this is a week where, like, unlike week 1, where like after a month we were able to get a lot of value. We saw a lot of stuff. There was clear, like, okay, this guy's out. You got these guys at minimum salary. There's a bunch of them to choose from, which means you're paying up for all the top guys. There's a bunch of them to choose from. And like Barry Stars and Scrubs was just available last week. Yeah. I think that's still available this week.
It is.
It's a little harder to do with that, but I still like the ideas I did of like I think allocating that money in different spots. Like
I forgot to say, by the way, we can pick from our group pick. Chargers are on the table. Chargers, Tennessee's on the table.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Gotcha.
I think we should have to. We should have to put a Charger in this lineup. We should all have to agree who that is. Make this.
I don't think we have to agree. I think we could all pick different pieces from it.
Fair enough. It's your pillar. I'm just giving you an idea.
So I have last pick. Logan, you do have first pick because you came in last in the spread picks.
Okay, so no quarterback. First pick.
No quarterback. First pick. Nope.
And you got to pick either a Raider
Devontae
or a Charger or
Devontae Adams.
You don't need to say much more. I get it. Put that man in there.
I'm perfectly fine with Devontae Adams.
He's the only weapon the Raiders have right now.
Highly projected, highly owned, like
good game.
Solid play.
Mm-hmm.
Good game. High total. One of the higher total games. Good game. Like nothing. No problems with Devontae Adams. One of the reasons why Logan's pick could go off is Devontae Adams getting that late touchdown and just having a Jefferson game where he goes 9 for 140 and a touchdown or 2, and they just sneak in +8, +9. Totally possible. He can have breakout games. Look at what he had last week with Myers taking all his shit.
Honestly, Gov, I think he had 2 games last year under 8 targets. All season.
And he had surprisingly, I think he had 3 or 4 30-point games. So it's like he can still put up points.
Yeah.
Evan, that brings it to you. Your picks, I forget exactly what they were. Colts, somewhere else.
Colts and why am I forgetting already? it's getting
Colts and Giants.
I'm the ones.
That's right.
Colts.
Okay,
Giants.
so I got to
Colts, Giants, or Packers. You have to go there.
Okay, Colts, Giants, Packers. Or Chargers. Yeah, let's see. I don't think I'm going to go Chargers here.
I meant Chargers, not Packers. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to skip the Chargers here. No quarterback, right?
No quarterback.
Nope.
No Anthony Richardson. Sorry.
Alrighty. So let's see how much this is.
You could go Texans. You could go Cardinals. You don't have to pick on the team you chose.
It just has to be
just the games that you chose.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I picked all these games I think are going to be relatively close upsets where I have to think about this a little harder.
Yeah, there's a James Conner. There's a lot of good names.
Yeah, but if you think it's a close upset, that means both teams are scoring a little bit. So there are players to grab on both sides of that.
Which is a good narrative.
Yep. And I think I'm going to go with the safer pick with James Conner.
I like it.
Yep.
They couldn't stop Pollard. I don't see why they're going to stop Conner.
Very, very, very solid pick. Agreed.
They could really stop Rico Dowdle for crying out loud.
And Turpin had a good run on him too.
Oh yeah, Turpin. Who could forget?
Yeah, so it could even go to who's going to do jet sweeps? Is that Rondale Moore or is that Michael Wilson?
I haven't watched Wilson to know if he can.
I like Wilson. He had 4 targets last week. He showed some upside.
All right. Yeah. Gov, off to you with your pick.
Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm keeping up with us. So we currently have Devontae Adams, 7,600, and we currently have James Conner at 6,200. And I have picks from either the Rams, San Francisco, or from the Bears and Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's
Or
the ugliest pick? I'm kidding. Although Cam Akers is actually like. Did you realize that Cam Akers had 20?
Yes.
22 attempts, but he only played like 30 snaps.
Yeah,
so basically, when he was out there, they used him.
Because they like this guy. Go.
15 attempts is they ran the ball 35 times?
No, I think the fact that when he's out there, they used him means they like Cam, but Kyron's better at doing all the stupid shit.
They like both of them.
Yeah.
I think they're just in denial about Cam.
Cam is not a good blocker at all. I think that's mostly it.
Yeah.
And he's still, I think he's lost a step since that injury.
I do too. I mean, 1.32 yards per carry against the Seahawks? Come on.
Yep.
Cam reminds me of Ronald Jones.
Ooh, yeah. Which is why we're not going to do that. We're just going to go with my favorite play from that guy. Tutu!
There we go.
Put on your tutus, fellas.
4,700. I do not believe in coaches. I think they lie. I think they're paid to lie. I think they're paid to lie a lot. Those lying liars that lie. So when Puka gets an oblique injury midway through the week, he's a rookie. He still has the injury going into Sunday. And McVay says, yeah, he's fine. We're going to get to use him. No problem. He ain't getting 15 targets this week. I am 99% convinced of that. So I'll take Tutu. I was considering Van Jefferson, but I just like Tutu better.
Tutu saw 8 targets. Stafford compared him to Theo Riddick. Said he's a great swing out guy. He trusts him in space. That's exactly how you should use him. I'm okay with this pick.
Well, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do maybe the cardinal sin of the podcast right here.
Mm-hmm.
With my first pick, I'm going defense, baby, and I'm not going cheap either. Give me that Chargers defense.
The Chargers.
Interesting.
That Tennessee offense is so ugly and bad. Oh boy, I love this Chargers defense. 3,500.
You're not afraid of them just like splitting carries and running Henry and Tajay all fucking game?
If Henry wants to have 170 yards and 3 touchdowns, when the Tennessee Titans showed us last week that they were going to split carries no matter what, even if Henry has 5 yards an attempt, and they're just going to keep on giving it to a failing Tajay Sharp, or whatever his last name is.
Just to keep Henry fresh.
Yep. I'm going Chargers defense, buddy. So much talent there.
Okay. What do you got for pick number 2?
Pick number 2?
Didn't save us any salary.
Pick number 2. Correlate running back with defense. Let's get Kelly in there.
Thank you. We need to save some money. I was hoping you'd do that.
Yeah, we definitely need to save some money. We have to save a lot of money. Now it's my pick, and guess who I'm jamming in this fucking lineup?
Who's that?
Justin Fields.
Yes.
Okay, I can save us. Don't worry. Go ahead. I can save us.
Like I said, I don't even need to correlate him. He's got a rushing floor. He's going to go 3 rushing touchdowns against Tampa. Fuck off. Maybe you need a Tampa bring back, but whatever.
Okay.
I needed someone to save some salary, so I can jam an inexpensive quarterback.
We can talk about our quarterback in just a second. I'll save you some money.
All right, Evan, it's your pick, right?
I thought it was Logan.
No, Logan should be last, right?
Oh yeah, I am last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he went first, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'm still picking out of the games that I picked, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we still need tight end. How much salary do we got left? Okay, that's not much to work with.
We got
Tight
5K
ends
a player, buddy.
Outside of Kelsey and Andrews, though.
Yeah, we got 5K a player and tight ends for cheap.
Yes. Where is he? How much is he going for?
You could just ask Logan to look him up if you want.
Yeah, I've got it open too.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at the site here. I'm gonna go with a crazy pick that may or may not work out. Give me Kylan Granson for tight end.
Ooh.
I was hoping you would do that.
Ooh.
Really?
Ooh.
You thought I was going to do that, Logan?
I was hoping you would.
I like it. I like it.
Never heard of this guy in my life, legitimately.
Now, I heard they might have Mo Alley Cox active, so like, is Granson going to play?
Well, that's going to be. I mean, he's
added to the
questionable,
injury reports with a hamstring on Saturday. Ooh, getting a hamstring the day before.
That's
So like,
if you want to back
you
out,
could play Mo Alley for 500 less.
Yes, that's a good point. Oh boy.
Listen, if hamstring is my biggest fear as well in fantasy.
Yeah, and getting it the day before, it's really hard for you to like stretch that out and have it.
Believe it or not, $500 is a lot of money.
That's going to make a big difference.
Yeah,
but if you want to stay with this, I understand that too.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, is that it makes sense to go with Mo Alley Cox, but I'm worried that he's going to get like one target and he's going to miss that catch, and then it's going to be just a dud.
That would be
he could have such a low salary.
He got 2 targets. I was about to say, it looks like he got 2 targets last week where Granson got 6. But if Granson's out, then I would pencil him in for 4 or 5. He should at least get the starting tight end targets.
If he gets 1 catch for 1 yard and a touchdown, that's like a slam dunk.
Yeah, he's minimum salary.
Yeah.
He literally doesn't have to do more than like 9 points.
I'm worried he's not even going to get to the 9 points.
He might not.
That's the risk we're playing.
I mean, all right, fuck it. Give me Mo Alley Cox.
the law firm of Mo Alley and Cox.
Gigantor.
Salary savings galore. We got money. Logan, what you got?
2 places left.
Get your second pick in, and then we can consensus final pick. Basically, spend up for whatever you want. We can find a way to fit it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like even if you wanted McCaffrey, we'd have 3K left, 4K left.
So Logan, what you're looking?
Oh, he just did it. He put my favorite receiver from them.
Oh no!
So just to let you guys know, we do have another fantasy question in the chat, but I think we'll let Logan do the pick first.
He just picked. He got Hunter Renfrow in there.
Oh, I just saw it now.
Oh God! Oh Jesus!
All right, Logan, do you want to say why Hunter Renfrow first?
He was opportunity. I like it.
I don't think you have to say much more. It's cheapness. It's injuries in the receiving room. Opportunities there. If he's going to have a good game, it's going to be now.
Yeah, and that's sort of like okay, how the fuck do we just not play McCaffrey right now then?
I left it open for you to go.
Like it would correlate with my 2-2 game.
I agree.
It's McCaffrey. He's a fucking beast.
Just do it.
That's why I left it open.
Like, I think we could just play McCaffrey in this lineup. And PPR, either Zay.
Wait. Time out. This is what I hate about this. Zay Jones. Which Zay Jones are we talking? The rookie, which is what I'm assuming, but Jacksonville has a pretty good Zay Jones themselves too.
I'm assuming the Jacksonville Zay Jones. Is this Zay Jones rookie?
That's the Ravens wide receiver.
Really? No, you're Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. You're right.
I was about to say Zay Jones. Yeah, not even close. Flowers Jones, the most basic name in the world, versus a very unique last name.
This is easy for me. It's Raheem Mostert.
Of those 4, I'd say either Jones or Mostert.
No, not Mostert.
No, definitely not Mostert. Got to go Zay Jones here.
Yeah, got to go Zay. Or Kelly if you wanted to. I don't think Kelly's Mostert's not doing anything against Patriots.
Mostert's catches passes. I'm going.
See, that's my thought. Is like, of those 3 running backs, Mostert's the one who's probably going to get the most passing work. So in a PPR league, I'd go him. But I do think like Akers and Kelly probably get more work overall. So like
we just had this Akers conversation too.
If you're only picking one, I put Zay top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
in
to
a high-scoring game with Jacksonville, Kansas City, most likely. I agree. Gotta put Zay in there.
It does matter if you can go back and like.
Now, if you have a great team, I could see just putting Kelly too. I think Kelly's the safest. Zay is who you put.
Yeah, I think Zay's the safest, but yeah.
Kelly's the safest, I believe, as well. But
speaking
running backs tend to have higher floors than wide receivers. They could give you a 0, just like Kirk or Higgins and all them last week.
Correct.
Whereas Kelly's getting work and getting points, but Kelly could not produce, and Zay could also still go off. There's chances.
And Zay's the third wide, the fourth option.
Yeah, I think we all agree. Yeah, I think we all agree Zay's probably the choice we would all do. But I could see, like, if you just want to play safe, just play Kelly. No one's gonna be like, "Oh, Kelly didn't go off." But it's Kelly, you got all the work.
If you feel like your team doesn't need like a guy who's gonna go out there and score 30, I mean,
yeah, like in DFS in a tournament, I'm taking Zay Jones. If this is just like a family league, start him in your flex. Because like it's definitely not DFS because none of these guys are in the same price range, and you have Mostert. So
I hate the Kelly pick, but it's a general consensus that he's going to get a lot of work, so got to go with it.
And again, if you guys are liking that we're breaking down the questions, we're so early.
My favorite part of the shows last year, by the way.
Well, I mean, that's what I was just gonna say, Don. We're so early in our podcast life that we can engage like this with people organically. When we get bigger, which I do think is going to happen, we won't be able to do this as much. So if you want to pay it forward for us, like and subscribe, go back. We're going to be talking a lot about Kelly, a lot about those options as we continue to build these lineups as well. So stick around. We're just getting started. Gov, did you want to, because Donnie dropped out there, you started talking about your pillow lineup, or do we want to kick out to Evan? This will be Evan's first time having a pillar lineup.
I mean, it's up to him. Me personally, I always like to hear your guys' pillars first when I was starting. But
interesting. Okay, that's what I want. I want some kind of feedback. Like,
I'll say, Evan, if you got your pillar, I'd like to hear it. Yeah, but I can give you mine if you want.
Yeah, I'll let you guys go first.
Yeah, I see. Okay. I did the same thing at first too.
Okay,
we will make you go first eventually, though.
Hey, yeah, no problem.
All right, so like getting back to what I was saying before we got to that, with everything I've been looking at and all the builds I've been looking at this week, I think this is another week where it's like, and it worked last week. Mm-hmm. Paying up at running back is actually going to be key. Because, again, we're getting all the chalk, paying for Kelly, paying for Dylan, paying for Montgomery in the mid-5s. Mm-hmm. So I think, like, the first thing we need to do is lock in.
Consensus lock in?
Consensus lock in like a 7K plus running back.
Can I move you down to 6.9 and say ETN against Kansas City, a very high-scoring game?
You can if we lock in 2 above 6.9.
I'm fine with that. I mean,
so ETN and another high-price guy.
Hey, I want to hear the other guy's opinion on ETN first. I just think I like that game atmosphere. I think it's a good one.
I mean, I don't hate the pick of ETN against the Chiefs, but I think the run defense is going to give Jacksonville a little bit of trouble. Kansas City doesn't have a great run defense, but I think they're still going to give ETN a bit of a challenge. I'd rather go with Bijan.
And I'd rather go Josh Jacobs.
I can't go Bijan because
why?
Patterson's playing this week. Algier got a lot of workload, and now Bijan's in the backfield too.
Are we thinking Bijan's not going to get the majority work?
I do have volume concerns.
I have a lot of volume concerns. He might get the majority of the load, but if the majority of the load is 50, like even if it's 40, 45, 25, and whatever.
I mean, if we want to pay for a guy who we're not going to worry about his workload, I say we just play either Pollard or McCaffrey.
I'm okay with Pollard. That would be my
Pollard is probably a good guy.
So we have to agree. Any Pollard objections?
I also don't hate
Pollard
Jacobs.
ETN, but
I'm a little worried about the Jets' defense with Pollard, but I mean, I think he's going to get enough volume to where I don't think it'll matter that much.
He'll get volume for sure. And
would you rather have Pollard against the? I was about to say, would you rather have Pollard against the Jets defense or Jacobs against Buffalo?
That's the thing. It's like I'm not even in on Jacobs, which I know Logan is.
I am.
I like Jacobs, but man,
Okay, so
like
Palmer sounds like the closest we've gotten so far to
yeah.
a consensus.
So we go
So now
Pollard,
the rest-
ETN, lock, and then we start building the lineup.
Sounds good to me.
Trevor.
All right. It's my pillar.
Travis.
We got those in
Travis.
first. So we'll skip me and just go, I guess this time it's Donnie, Evan, Logan.
Yes.
All right. So Donnie, Evan, Logan, and then we can add a quarterback.
Well, if we're going with me next,
Mm-hmm.
another game atmosphere I really like that we haven't talked about at all.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite players in the league continues to be a fantasy monster and one of the best weapons up for his team, one of the only weapons for his team. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, do we really need to gush over Amon-Ra every week? We always seem to have him in our lineups, but he's in the perfect scenario.
If he was 8K, would you feel the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering where the cutoff would be, where you'd be like,
Listen, 8K right now, keep in mind, the top receivers on this week's thing is Diggs at 8K, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Chase?
At 79, yes.
Yeah, they're all clumped at that point.
Then Brown
Yeah.
at 78, Lamb 77,
Listen.
Adam 76.
I'd feel a lot less confident about paying 72 for Ridley. I'll say that.
Yep.
I'd much rather play St. Brown. He continues to be one of the best at what he does. He's very safe. I expect another 100-yard outing from him this week.
Mm-hmm.
Until he doesn't have actually, I'm going to expect 100 yards every game, and if he doesn't hit it, I'm disappointed. So,
All right.
Okay. Evan?
So I think this is a good time to take a very correlated yet interesting risk at wide receiver. I'm going to go the cheaper route and go Rashee Rice, baby.
I like it.
I like it.
Oh,
I
wow.
like it. Are you going to be one of the cheap guys? I like it, man.
I mean, I don't like to call myself a cheap ass here, but with what I saw with Rashee Rice and that what seems to be the wide receiver by committee approach here with Kansas City, I thought he looked the best in week 1, despite the lack of volume that he was getting in on-field percentage. I think Rice is going to emerge as the top wide receiver.
Somebody won a good amount of money on Rice, and almost I think at 4x the field. He was only 2% owned in that showdown. I like Rice. I think he's clearly the wide receiver outside of Kelsey in the red zone.
I'm the guy who always likes to spend all of our salary. So if you also want to be one of the people who find the cheap guys, Evan, that's cool.
I think that would save us from more.
Yeah, that's why I tried to jam all of our salary and running back to start.
It's my pick, right?
Yeah.
It is.
We're going to go back-to-back rookies. You guys can have all the money.
Gov, did you have your input on Rashee Rice?
Oh, I'm fine with Rashee Rice. I think that's a great bring back. Like, he wasn't on the field as much as people think, so hopefully they ramp him up. He was getting targets. So
Tank Dell is getting his first start in the slot. They put Noah Brown on the IR. They said that this is Tank Dell's position to lose. He looked fantastic in the preseason. He is a Cooper Kupp.
love this play.
He is a Cooper Kupp-like receiver. We just saw in week 1 a Cooper Kupp-like receiver go off for 15 targets. Not to say we will get 15 targets, but everyone will be afraid to stack this game because C.J. Stroud was on the injury report. This is a sneaky good play. If we're going to take on the risk with Rice, we might as well double down. This lineup is playing for first place, so if we're going to play for first place, let's not have any dupes. Let's really go for it.
I have a question about the Stroud injury. Does anybody know if it's his non-throwing shoulder or throwing shoulder?
I didn't know he had it.
I do not know because I saw it before as I was cooking dinner. Before
Can you pull up his thing? Just pull up his tag. Is he there?
That's a good idea. No, I can do that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because I didn't see it based on the RotoWire report. It's the same report.
Right shoulder.
Yep, his throwing shoulder.
Shit.
But they have Mills, and Mills does like the
And Mills is also not a bad NFL quarterback. I believe he could get a second chance somewhere.
Here's another reason I want to go with Tank Dell. A lot of people like Gibbs, right? They thought, well, when Campbell gives Gibbs the opportunity, he'll shine. I think the Texans realize where they are, and they're going to give the rookies just all the chances in the world. I like this upside.
Does that bring it to Gov now?
It does. It does, I believe, right?
Technically, yes. Technically, I took my 2 picks by us locking in those.
I disagree. I disagree.
All right, so you want me to take a pick now?
Yes.
May I recommend, though?
No, you don't have to recommend shit. We're going to triple fucking down on this rookie investigation thing. What are we doing? We're going to correlate with Tony. We're going to correlate with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
And we're going to play Smith and Jigba.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, interesting.
What is the ownership going to be for this lineup?
Rock bottom.
If this lineup does
Can we
good,
fit in Allen and Diggs? I'm kidding.
Tyler Lockett is possibly not playing this week. Man.
Okay, whose pick is it now?
It's going to be I would say it's Cubs again, and we're rounding it back.
I would pass to you guys. Like there's 3
Okay,
spots
let's
left.
go.
Defense,
Go to
tight end,
Logan.
quarterback.
We'll go to Logan.
You guys finish it.
Got it. Go.
Can we afford? Yeah. No. Well,
there is money, but it's still tight.
Very tight, Evan. You can go and pick our defense.
All right.
You could pick our tight end. We can do this. Yeah, we can do this. It's defense and tight end. We can do this.
You could pick your quarterback. Oh, wait. Did we do Mahomes? Oh, shit.
Yeah, we did Mahomes.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Logan, could you take down Cade's question?
Oh, good point. Good point.
Since I hope we answered it sufficiently.
We do have another one, by the way. But
Let's
we'll
put that. Let's put that.
No, it's not really a question. It's more of like a just a statement from what he was saying.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who bench
Just
Swift
get it
this
off.
week.
Yeah, it does need to be on the screen. Yeah.
All right, should I pick the defense first?
You pick
Whatever you want.
All right.
Whatever you want.
I think we gotta go with the safe defense, Cowboys.
Don't mind that at all. You're playing a young quarterback with a very good pass rush.
Correlation.
There's only one here. There's only one now.
Oh my gosh!
I really hope you say.
I really am considering going with another rookie.
Please do it.
Let's go with this Detroit game, but let's go Sam Laporta, baby.
That's the one.
I really like Schultz, but if we're playing Tank Dell, I have to go Laporta.
I think this might
Dalton Kincaid.
No.
Not yet.
Not even close.
I'd rather go Laporta this week.
I almost played
Luke Musgrave.
I almost played so many tight ends this week, but I'll tell you this might be the lowest ownership.
This is the most contrarian lineup ever.
But it makes sense.
Put it in the Millie Maker.
Yes.
No,
the play action is a larger field tournament this week. You might as well throw it into that.
I should mention, I throw these in the 3 entry max. So we play all these lineups play against each other in the same tournament.
It's an interesting one for sure. I really like it in a weird way.
It makes sense. That's what we're saying. It's like you don't gotta like it, but it makes sense. We did correlate it somewhat. Enough anyways. Let me find my pillar
The
here.
Cowboys defense was a little random. That was a really random spot. You put me in a tough one. But I was looking at Schultz at 4K. I was looking in that area anyway.
I honestly would have played Ertz myself. He was getting a pretty good amount of targets last week. He's probably one of their better weapons. It's a veteran weapon.
Evan, did you want to go last with your pillar, or do you want me to go?
I don't think it makes a big difference to me, but if you've already got yours up, I don't mind.
It doesn't. It's a blank slate, so I was just giving you the preference.
All right then, because I had an idea for a crazy lineup that probably will get annoying.
Okay.
Go for it, dude.
So, I think we should start by taking the most A, expensive quarterback, B, expensive wide receiver, and C, most expensive tight end that's going to play, and then go from there.
Okay.
Oh my!
Let me just.
So just start
that's
with
more extreme.
So
Yeah,
just
Mahomes,
I was
Kelsey.
Mahomes, Kelsey, Diggs.
Yes.
Yep.
Or wait, is it not Tyreek?
Tyreek's not on the slate.
Oh, not in this
It
slate. Got it.
probably would have been Tyreek though.
Okay.
We can
So,
do this.
This is our slate. Assuming Kelsey plays, yeah.
It's confirmed he's gonna play.
It's confirmed.
Whether he's active or active, we don't know. But
So let's see what we can do with this.
Oh, we can do a lot.
We can do a lot with this.
Can I?
I'm completely fine. Well, I picked last. That means it is Gov's pick, I believe. I think we can go back to Gov because he deferred last time, so we go.
well,
Gov.
okay, so we're doing Evan's pillar, so he'll pick last since he's already
Yeah.
got his 3 in
Yeah,
place.
so Gov, Logan, Evan.
Got it. Okay. Fucking shit with this goddamn.
We got the value. We can do it.
Oh yeah, no, we'll find it. We'll figure it out. We'll do something.
Why couldn't Chase be the best priced?
randomly just look down.
At least the top
here
10 and
and-
quarterback are correlated.
I got this, by the way, if we need it.
Oh, I'm
This
gonna
is-
make
this
you guys
is tough.
puke, just to let you know.
This is tough.
I'm gonna make Logan throw up in his mouth.
I don't think so. Hey, you thought you knew the spread pick. I surprised everyone. You guys thought I was going Lions, I think.
God, this is fuck it. Who's my best value in my projections? Let's just shove in some clear high projection.
Hunter ran for a mixed loss sense here. It correlates.
You could go Hunter Henry.
Pacheco makes
Top
sense.
D Hop. Okay, news just came out.
Tyler Boyd.
I love that. I actually had him in one of. That's beautiful.
Boy,
Tyler Boyd, 3,800.
I'm very high on Tyler Boyd.
There's a little bit of value. Release. Oh,
okay,
release
you ready?
valve.
My pick, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's just do it. I told everyone I was going to play him. Let's
Rip
just
the
do it.
Band-Aid off.
You can't do. Wait. Oh, never mind. I thought you were going quarterback for a second.
There we go.
Zach Moss. The rookie Huff went on an injury report or on the IR. They were really pissed off at Jackson. He probably wouldn't have got a second half snap count, but they turned it over to the rookie. Second play into his career, he gets like a torn ACL. They have to go back to Jackson. I think Jackson had like 14 carries for like 18 yards. It was abysmal. Off to come back. He's off the injury report. I expect him to get all the workload.
Well, I guess I'm going to take this next one, and I think I'm going to pick what I believe, outside of personality reasons, excluding the Tyree Kills of the world, Logan's least favorite play every week. Christian Kirk.
Nice.
I actually like this pick because I do think he's undervalued. Finally. It took a while, but he's finally undervalued.
He didn't get much workload last week.
Yeah.
I think Lawrence was young, excited, trying to get Ridley in there. When you're playing a team like Kansas City that's going to try and send a lot of zone blitzes pressure at you, Kirk is the exact type of receiver that Lawrence is going to have to look for if they want to win this game.
Yeah.
This brings it to Evan.
So I will grab in a running back that I think a lot of people have already given up on after week 1 because of a terrible performance against the Cardinals. We're going to go Antonio Gibson.
He had a decent fantasy week. Price.
Wow.
No, not Gibson. I'm thinking of Robinson. Robinson had all the workload, didn't he?
All the rushing workload, but I think Gibson's going to get more The fumble is why he got benched last week, because he's been known to fumble. But I think the PPR upside is too good to resist.
So you're saying he's the Stephen Ridley of the world nowadays?
Sure. We can go with that.
That's not a compliment for Antonio Gibson over there, by the way.
Well, I'm going to give him some faith against the Denver defense that I think is a bit iffy because they did just lose to the Raiders.
Is it my pick?
Yes, because we're not going to let Evan do back-to-backs after picking 3 players.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
All right.
I really wish I could.
We have a flex and a defense. What are you doing, Logan?
We need some good players, man.
We need 5. You can only go above 5K, man.
I know. I was trying to rig the systems on you. If you saw what I was doing to troll people.
55K about, I think, is the minimum you can go, because Raiders defense is 22 at min.
Mm-hmm.
So max,
or just pick the defense and force it on me or Donnie.
That'd probably be easier.
Yeah,
yeah, it would. I've been known to do that too.
So I can go to what 50.
55 max if you want.
Oh, I got this. Don't worry.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. That's beautiful.
Who's stopping Sutton this week?
I study DK lineups like it's my job. Don't ever try to put me in a box. Whoever's got the defense, go ahead. I think we can just plug it in.
That would be Gov, I believe. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's only one defense for that price.
No, 2.
No, there are 2. And of those 2, I would rather not play Raiders defense against Stephon Diggs. Maybe Purdy is not perfect. Rams at
a monster, gets a couple sacks.
Yeah,
that pass rush. I will say, I got Sunday ticket. I watched all that game because I had a lot of prop bets on the Rams.
Although to be fair, this week, Josh Allen can turn the ball over and still get the ball to Stephon Diggs.
That's exactly what
that's a rough one. Of the
but
2 choices, of the 2 evils, I don't know which one to choose.
You have more talent on the Rams defense, I believe.
Agreed.
I honestly think that's a coin flip right there, a literal coin flip.
Okay, Evan, this is your line. This is your pillar idea. You break the tie. What's defense?
Ooh, I gotta break the tie. Yeah, because it's really close. Raiders do have some talent with guys like Max Crosby, but that's really about it. I think we gotta stick with the Rams just because they have a little more talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Kobe Durant. I like Aaron Donald.
And division games usually go under.
Yeah.
Anything, so that there is that too as well. All right, my pillar. I think you guys are gonna really like this idea, but it might take a little time. We'll see what you guys think. I'm going to use one of my single entries, I believe. Let's go back here to this. I got it. What have you thought about the lineups? What has it forced you into some interesting builds? What's the process? How are we feeling? Because I do not like them per se, but I don't hate them. They make sense. And that's kind of what we talk about all the time.
It puts you in interesting spots, for sure.
What's that?
It puts us in such an interesting spot. I don't know how many of you guys would have played Kirk for sure. And none of us would have ever played a 3 stack with the top most expensive wide receiver, tight end, quarterback. Or at least I don't think
Although,
so.
to be honest, like ownerships, like Diggs is one of the highest owned wide receivers. Mahomes is pulling some ownership, and if you're playing Mahomes, you're probably playing Kelsey. So I could see lineups having this, but
I think most people
those
would go
lineups
Chase.
aren't gonna be I honestly think Mahomes, Diggs, Kelsey is a little chalky, but nothing else in this lineup is chalky.
So if the chalk hits, that could be our difference. Like, you know.
Yeah, chalk stack game does well. Chalk Diggs does like Jefferson and gets you like 27, 28 points. It's like, okay, all that does off and goes good. But then the crazy guy Boyd gets the touchdowns in Cincy.
Right.
Sutton is our late game hammer.
Kirk
ends up being the bring back instead of Ridley or ETN like most teams would play.
Right.
Or even Zay Jones for salary relief.
Yeah, see,
I
think
we're kind of
Jones
crazy at running back, but we went cheap, so they don't have to do much. Okay. Boston, Gibson could get to 15 apiece, and we could probably still smash with this lineup.
Are you ready for my pillar?
Yes, sir.
I thought we really enjoyed this last year, so we're going to ramp it up a little bit and make this a little bit more challenging every time. So we're going to just still make picks, but instead of playing guys that you want to play, you have to X out somebody from the player pool. So basically, it's someone that we cannot play. So you're taking guys that we cannot play, and then the guy after that picks the guy.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker. We did this last year. It was a lot of fun. Every round we pick another player we cannot play. So like for the first round, we'll pick one guy we cannot play, and then reverse, and then you pick 2, and then eventually we'll see what we got left. That makes sense?
Yeah.
You say pick
I think
2,
that's a little bit.
You mean like pick 1 and then pick another, or pick 1 and then we'll pick 2 in the second round? Like we actually will end up having like 3 or 4 guys and shit.
Yeah, we picked 2 in the second round. So every round you increase the number of people we cannot play. That makes sense?
Yeah. I think it might be a little bit tough, but we'll try it.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. I think it was my pick that we left off at.
Yeah, I think we can go like, honestly, it should probably go at this point. Let's just start with like the spread pick number. So you, me, Evan, Logan.
All right. First guy we cannot play under no circumstance. It's going to be a dagger right to Logan's heart. Zach Wilson.
Fair enough. Don't worry, I got another cheap guy.
See, and I'm just going to be straight up my biggest fade.
Yep.
We cannot play Rashad White.
We cannot play Travis Kelce.
Evan, who can we not play? Did we lose Evan?
He's thinking.
There's so many to pick from.
Your least favorite.
The guy you definitely don't want under any circumstance having this lineup.
I would say we cannot play Kendrick Bourne.
I don't want to chase that.
I like that you crossed him off.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem obvious, like you're taking an obvious chalk off the board.
Although he's not on the slate, so he's not obvious chalk. Although I think people will play him in the showdown. You've got to be someone from the slate.
You got to pick someone else. Yeah, you got to pick someone else. No Patriots. Yeah.
Anybody. Right. Even someone like Zach Wilson, who none of us were ever going to play.
Right. Yeah.
Logan would have played him.
I know. Don't.
I have him in my lineup.
All right, let's go with somebody a little more mainstream then. So Lockett's probably not going to play. So, let's see, is he back? Yeah, he's a full participant. Okay. Jerry Judy.
Did not play Jerry Judy. Okay.
Okay. So now we all go through and make our pick. So,
Now we can pick.
Donnie, who's your first pick?
All right. First pick.
No Kelsey, no Rashad White, no Judy, no Zach Wilson. No? Still no quarterback in the first round.
No quarterback in the first round.
Can you go to flex on?
Yep.
See, I don't know what his news on it playing wise is. So we might have to adjust come kickoff time.
Uh-huh.
But let's get some Brandon Cooks in there.
Cool.
Really?
He did not get a lot of targets, and he's injured.
Yeah, he missed practice.
It was a 40-0 game.
Three straight practices.
I don't think he's going to play.
If he's not, all right. Let's go back on that then, because
I like the idea though.
Yeah,
the idea was good, but he's also expensive, so it'd be a hell of a risk. What else are you cooking up there, Donnie?
Well, take Cooks off. I wasn't honestly prepared to be going back and forth, so. Go to flex. Sorry, I'm not used to being this. Scroll down a bit.
I like that you're uncomfortable, though.
Oh, I know who I want. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ooh.
The name was in my head before we started this, and I just forgot who it was. It was Jahmyr Gibbs.
I heard a stat. I don't know if it's true that he's the running back that broke the most tackles in week 1.
It could be.
But he played like a silly low number. But Dan Campbell already said his number is going to go up, whatever that's worth.
6,100. We always play these young running backs early in the season. Yep. The price is only going up. Let's get the value now.
Mm-hmm. Whose pick is it next?
Me.
I think it's
I want to do this. I feel like this is the week where it could work.
Uh-huh.
We're going to correlate that pick. Ken Walker.
Oh, I like it.
I like that pick too.
Dueling running backs is not something people ever really do in DFS because it tends to negatively correlate. If one running back's doing well, the other team is probably behind and throwing. But I think both of these guys are just going to get enough volume in a high-scoring game where it could work.
And Gibbs gets workload in the pass game.
Yeah. So if Seattle gets up and is milking it with Walker, Gibbs can still get there. So there is scenarios.
Well, even though David Montgomery can catch passes, he wasn't even targeted in week 1. Gibbs was. So
all right. That brings it to
Evan.
So, I want to go wide receiver here, and I want to go with a bit of a lower salary discount value that I think is going to come through against a defense I have no faith in. George Pickens.
Monday night.
Is that the Monday night game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Evan would love the showdown. Like,
I was about to say, you got like a Thursday through Monday slate open?
I do have one, and he is in the lineup.
And by the way, let everyone know we did pick up Mingo and put him in our Rainmakers.
Correct. Good.
And Van Jefferson or no?
We have Van Jefferson, and we still have like basically $5 we can spend.
Yeah.
On a guy, and we have Mingo. So we have increased our collection with guys who should play, and we still have $5 to spend. Let's hope we win some this week. I
think we stayed at 5 and we sell Hawkinson.
And we already sold Hawkinson.
Oh, that's it. We did sell him.
Let me go to my backup pick then.
Yep.
Michael Thomas.
Oh, I love it.
Again, Monday night game.
I'm telling you, Evan has a flare.
Hold up.
Honestly, Donnie did this a lot too.
Fuck, I didn't know there were 2 Monday night games.
Yes,
Shit.
there's 2 Monday night games. It's fucking all of us. I know.
Damn it.
By the way,
Son of a bitch.
Michael
I did this
Thomas-
all the time, Evan, last year.
All right, I
Legit
think I'll just smoke a
every
bowl while we
week.
figure this out. Okay.
Michael
All
We're
right.
gonna be here a minute. Technical difficulties.
All right.
Thomas didn't take it to all right.
Let me.
Two rookies took forever.
All right. Let me go just a teensy bit higher. Give me Debo Samuel.
Now there's a good play this week. Hell yeah.
Second highest priced wide receiver on the Niners. Everyone's going to be on Ayuk. I think Samuel's the right pick, though.
Yeah, because Samuel is like, I don't want to call him a utility player, but he's proven that before they went to go get McCaffrey, he can run the ball too.
I feel like Kittle's had some big games against the Rams, so I would mind him,
It's too
but I
easy.
do love Debo.
Yeah, I think Debo's going to get some good value for at least wide receiver 2 value.
That must be why I was missing it. I thought it was a little different. I got it though. Can't go quarterback yet. Not that I would want to. What to do with this lineup that would make sense? Oh man. I'm trying to be fair to the situation too.
Who cares about fairness?
Well, I'm trying to build things that I believe in. Like I'm trying to build it as if like not just to say a name that like could score points, but like a story I could tell myself.
I feel like I'm going to forget all the players we can't pick. It'd be cool if we could have that on like an overlay on the stream.
I wish, but like
You should
okay,
put it in the chat for the private comment.
I can write. I'll type them in there because I have them written down. So
Yeah, let me go with.
Oh, I'm gonna pick something I don't really believe super good, but I think it has a good chance of scoring.
Let me just go with a guy who thinks he's going to score a lot of points and pretty cheap. Give me Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, that's a solid pickup right there.
Dak loves his tight ends.
He does.
Fergie
Ferguson,
Ferg.
All right.
really cheap. Made Dalton Schultz a thing.
So now we need to go back
Each
to
pick
not
2
picking-
more players.
Two
Right?
more players. Yeah, 2 more players each that you do not want to play.
Cannot play.
Okay. Well, shoot. We cannot play Tyler Boyd.
Ooh,
I agree.
Another guy.
Second one.
Second one is going to be Smith and Jigba.
Okay. And then it would be Evan.
Oh, I spelled that horribly wrong. My bad.
Is it me or is it Gov?
Oh, it should be me. We can't play James Cook.
I love that. Thank you.
And we can't play.
You guys are going to hate me after this one. You better say his name.
You can't play Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Good. I hate Mike Williams
Like it.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Evan did say that last week for sure.
Try to be consistent.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll go between. I got one for running back and one for wide receiver. The wide receiver we cannot play. Where did he go? Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
And then the other running back that we cannot play would be Mixon.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a big hit. We took 2 Bengals out.
We can
Ready?
still stack Burrow, Chase Higgins.
Yes.
I don't think we have the money, but we can still do it.
You ready?
Who can't we do, Logan?
We cannot play Brock Purdy.
Thank you.
And let's see, who else don't I like? I think who else?
Oh, did I type that? I didn't mean to type that. Oh, disregard that one.
and we can't play Travis Etienne.
My favorite player ever. I wasn't going to play him anyway, but it seems to be my favorite play every week for the past year.
Okay,
Logan, it would have been hilarious if you said Jacobs here.
I almost did, but I didn't want to have a thing. Like, I'm trying to make this lineup different. Like, we're getting really off the wall with these lineups tonight. So.
Oh, you want to see off the wall? Is it my pick?
It is.
Okay, we're going off the wall then. We already played Jahmyr Gibbs, and I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't another first-round running back that we're never going to play real nice in this lineup? I, for some reason, am feeling Bijan.
Dan Jackson?
No, Bijan Robinson.
Oh, okay.
Bijan.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess I'm gonna keep calling him Bijan.
It's like Dijon mustard. He's Bijan Robinson.
It's gonna be Bijan for me. We all say Kelsey instead of Kels, okay?
Yeah, say it
Let me
to
have
his
fun.
face.
We all say Kelsey instead of Kels, so it's fine. Yeah. See, I don't think he hits the production he had last week. His ownership might be a little bit high, but there's a chance that he does. And where there's a will, there's a way.
Okay, so
I don't think I'll play him very much this year.
it works though. Like, we still have money. Let's see who should
we
I
still
pick?
have money. This lineup looks different.
Let's see. Can I correlate anything? And
In
what?
a world where this lineup was, let's eliminate the ugly, I think I stuffed in the most ugly play we felt like for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I don't know.
It doesn't save us much, but we still have a defense. You know what? Let's take some home runs.
Yep.
Gabe
Davis, that makes sense.
Gabe Davis. Yep. Let's
This
hit a home run.
Wild lineup too, for sure.
Oh yeah, let's shoot for the moon here.
That's a definition of a home run player if I've ever seen one.
Mm-hmm. But we need a donger.
It's my pick,
That's
right?
what this lineup needs.
Yep.
Now we found out Cooks wasn't playing, right?
Yes.
We have Ferguson. Let's just play one of the most slept on wide receivers in the league.
We have pretty much no correlation at all. Oh my! Can we
Love me some CD Lamb. Even though Sauce Gardner is probably going to give him a tough time.
Gov, can you put this in your?
I don't even know if it's possible.
I don't know if it's possible. That's why I'm asking Gov to put it through.
I will put it in my optimizer and see if it's even possible. Hold on, give me one
is.
sec.
Okay, he's right. It is.
It is definitely, yeah.
Baker, Ritter with Bijan. Jimmy G, of course. Sam Howell's a starter for sure. Is there any other starters? Scroll down a bit because it is Evan's pick.
Oh, yeah. Well, you talk about Wilson, so we can't go there.
All right, so we've got
Howell down.
okay, 3,800. All right,
and we cannot play Zach Wilson because I took him off the list. And wow, do I regret that now? I'm the one who shot a Joshua Dobbs is there. You know, he's a quarterback.
I think there's only one option here.
Yeah, pretty much you're looking Stroud, Jimmy G, Howell, Dobbs, Tannehill, Baker, Ritter. If only we could get up to quarterback.
Okay. So I've optimized. It was able to build 10.
Interesting.
So,
It says Ritter, right?
in those, I got 3 quarterbacks. All
It's
right.
going to be Ritter in most of them, for sure.
None of them are Ritter.
Really?
It's Wilson if we could play him, I think.
It's Baker. It's
Yep.
Tannehill. And it's
Hmm.
CJ Stroud.
I don't mind Stroud, for sure.
Yeah, I think I'd lean Stroud.
All right.
Okay, so in the Stroud lineups, which it spat out 2 out of 10, it gave 2 defenses. Do you like the Raiders or do you like Tennessee?
Tennessee did
To
play
be
a
fair,
lot
you
of
could
weapons
play the
last
Rams, but they would be the third defense to play.
Tennessee's going to play good defense, I feel.
They will not make it easy for the Chargers for sure,
They're
but
not going to make it easy.
I still don't think that's going to be enough to stop the PPR monster Keenan Allen.
But it doesn't need. It just needs to not give. It needs to be decent point wise. If it gives us 5 points on defense, we're not happy, but we're not complaining.
Yeah, I got to lean Tennessee here.
I'm leaning Tennessee as well.
Okay, so Tennessee.
Are you from Tennessee?
We did not have time to build our projection.
You're the only Tennessee.
Well, we did not have time to build our projection lineup because I want to get us out of here within 2 hours. But I did have a Aaron Rodgers twist to my pillow. Remember, I told you there was a twist at the end of this. And this is Aaron Rodgers inspired from last week. Everyone expected one outcome. I told you the pillar. We played the game. There is one exception. Each of us could make a case for somebody on the list of the rejected players that we chose to swap in this lineup. So we can each make one suggestion. But we have to agree, all 4 of us, I forgot that we brought Evan on this year, have to agree that that's otherwise we can't do it. So we can make one suggestion from that list.
From the list of players we crossed off.
Right, but we all have to agree to make that switch. If one of us disagree, it's an automatic no.
Well, if we make that switch, can we adjust our lineup at all?
No, it's only that position.
Oh, then I don't see the point.
So that's the Aaron Rodgers twist to this lineup, was that you thought you were getting one thing, and then at the very last second, right before you thought you're tuning in for greatness.
I don't think saying Aaron Rodgers and twist in the same sentence is going to go good in New York.
See, like if we can't make any other changes, then like I don't don't see anything.
yeah,
The only thing I would have done, I would have made
I see what Donnie means. You mean like could we do anything else with the money remaining? Yeah, we could change that.
Okay. Then I'd make an argument that we could much better use Mixon instead of Bijan in a better game environment, and then we have some money to spend at quarterback or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. But
Bijan is still a good play, but like I feel like that would be better for the lineup. But that's about the only change I would make with the list of guys we didn't play. Like I wouldn't switch out Bijan for Cook or anything, or for Rashad White or anything like that.
Let's go Mixon in there.
I don't want to go Judy over any of our receivers.
I agree, because if we take out Mixon, then that allows us to get it from Gabe Davis. We could correlate it more. We could pick a Houston guy. We could go with like a Collins.
I agree. Let's go Mixon here, if Evan is fine with that.
I will settle on that. So be gone, Beyond.
Yeah, he was a very ugly puke pick for sure.
I told you this was going to get weird, this lineup.
Now, we need to look at correlation issues for sure. If we're playing Stroud...
Do we look for somebody like Nico Collins?
We could get up to a Schultz.
Collins is 4,800 if we want to save some money somewhere, trim some fat.
Yeah,
I would recommend Davis.
Yeah, I'm not a big Gabe Davis fan. I don't know if he's even going to do well against Vegas.
I think with what we have in the lineup, we just take the money and play Dak.
True.
yes, 100%.
Dak makes sense.
Yep.
Just straight up, now we got the Dallas double.
Funny enough that I was
Dakota.
going to play Dak if it was my pick for a quarterback.
Dakota right there.
All right.
Now
I
this
was just
lineup-
looking, I'm like, what if we change quarterback? Oh, look who we could actually play.
Now,
And now we have a Dallas double stack, plus our
Well,
Seattle
bring
Detroit bet, plus Mixon goes off for Cincinnati at home, plus Debo's a Debo as
Well-
our late game hammer. And like this lineup's actually, this might have been the best one we built all night.
I think it was.
Is there any PMR for the flex that we can change running back wise or no?
Yeah,
No, because
no.
the Seattle Detroit game is not there. So yeah, the only PMR we have is Debo, but we got late game Debo.
No, we got the Cowboys play.
Oh,
late.
right, our Cowboys is a late game stack too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind this.
Oh, righty. Weird one for sure. I think this was a weird show, personally.
It's
Fun
funny
one.
that-
Week 2 went a little crazy.
Speaking of overreactions, I think our lineup's just full of crazy. Maybe not overreactions, but definitely full of crazy. And that's what week 2 is all about, baby.
Well, that's kind of what I want to do, though, is reverse engineer with that pillar. I thought we came up with very unique pillars. I think we came up with very unique lineups that we wouldn't have had otherwise. That's kind of the idea.
Oh, we got unique lineups we wouldn't have had otherwise, for sure.
But I don't want to stretch this past 2 hours too much, guys. So why don't we say goodnight to the people? We prepare. We get a little sleep before Sunday tunes in. And thanks for joining me. Any last words?
Night, everyone.
Go Bears.
I
Go
think we're gonna
Patriots.
get-
1-1,
we're
baby.
gonna get done this week. Kevin.
Patriots win, they're winning the division, I believe. So,
Oh God,
back on top, baby.
You never know.
insufferable.
One quarterback changes a year, so who knows?
Oh,